Good morning, students. Let's start with the further discussion of the chapter Acids, Bases and Salts. The topics that we have already covered are physical properties of bases, chemical properties of bases and uses of bases. In today's lecture, we are going to cover pH scale, universal indicator and importance of pH in our daily life. Let's start with the first topic, that is pH. Till now we were discussing what are acids, what are bases and what are their properties. But the discussion of acids and bases is not complete without an explanation of pH. What is this pH basically? So the pH measures how acidic or basic a solution is. P stands for potential and H stands for hydrogen. So pH is potential of hydrogen. But how we are going to define it? The pH of a solution is a negative logarithm to the base 10 of the hydrogen ion concentration expressed in moles per liter. So let us consider the formula of it. So pH equals to log to the base 10 1 upon H positive ion concentration. If we are not write it in a fraction form, we can also put a negative sign in front of the log to the base 10 and we can represent the formula in this manner as well. Let us take an example to understand how we are going to calculate pH. So suppose a solution has 10 to power minus 12 mole per liter concentration of H positive ions. So first of all, you are going to write the formula of the pH. Then substitute the value of H positive ion in the denominator where H positive concentration is written. There we will be substituting the value of the concentration. Now let us solve it further. Now we know that 10 to power minus 12 is written in the denominator. As we take it to the numerator, it becomes 10 to power 12. So this quantity we get. Now it's raised to the power 10 to power 12. That means it is log a raised to n. So if this is the formula, it becomes n log n. So 12 comes forward and it becomes log to the base 10 of 10. Now log 10 is 1. So therefore what pH we are getting? We are getting 12 as the pH of this particular solution. The concentration, where the concentration is 10 to power minus 12 mole per liter, we will get the pH of this solution as 12. Okay, so if it is 10 to power minus 8, so the pH will be 8. So likewise we can calculate the pH. But now let us move further, that if the pH is 1, pH is 2, so how we are going to represent it? So there is a pH scale which ranges from 0 to 14. So this is a pH scale in front of you. Various things have been marked on it. When it is pH 7, that means the solution is neutral. It is neither acidic nor basic. When it is more than 7, it means there is basic nature or alkaline nature. And when it is less than 7, it means the solution is acidic. More less the pH, then more acidic the solution will be. It will be a stronger acid. Supposing the pH is 5 or 6, that means it is slightly acidic. But if the pH is 1 or 0, that means it is strongly acidic. So remember this particular thing as well. So as we move to this side, now 8 and 9 will be slightly basic. But as we move further, getting 13, 14 as the pH, that means the solution is highly basic in nature. So we need to note that less the pH, more acidic the solution is, and more the pH, more basic the solution is. Now to measure this at different pH, if we want to know that how much acidic or how much basic the solution is with the help of an indicator, so we can use universal indicator. This particular solution we can use, or we can also use pH paper. This particular indicator is added to a filter paper and it is dried, and then we get pH paper, and with that different strips of colors are also being given so that we can match the color and find out that what is the pH of our solution. So what is universal indicator? Universal indicator is a mixture of several indicators and it shows different colors at different pH. So supposing it is pH 4, so it is this color. If it is pH 5, it is yellow. If it is pH 1, it is red. If it is 14, that means it is purple. If it is 13, it is violet. So different colors will be provided and we will come to know that what is the pH of our particular solution which we have taken. Now let us differentiate between common acid-base indicator and universal indicator. We already know some indicators like litmus paper, phenolphthalein, then methyl orange, and just now we have done universal indicator. So let us compare them both and find out what's different in them. So when we talk about common acid-base indicator, it indicates whether a solution is acidic or alkaline. So it will only indicate that the solution is acidic or it is basic. But when we talk about universal indicator, it will actually show us that how much acidic or basic it is. So it indicates the strength or pH of the acidic or alkaline solution. The next point is it cannot differentiate between acidic or alkaline solutions of different pH values. Means if the pH is 3, it will be giving us that, supposing I add phenolphthalein to it, it will turn it colorless. If it is pH 1, then also phenolphthalein will be colorless. That means it is not differentiating between pH. But when we talk about universal indicator, it can differentiate between acidic or alkaline solutions of different pH values by giving different colors with different pH values. Just now we had a look in a previous slide. Example can be like methyl orange changes color at pH 3 to 4. And we know that in acidic solutions, methyl orange gives pink color, but in basic solutions, it gives yellow color. But it won't differentiate between any pH. And when we take the example of universal indicator, so the color changes from blue to indigo to violet from pH 7 to 14. And when we go from pH 7 to 1, then also there is a different color change, which we have seen in our previous case. Now, let us discuss importance of pH in our daily life. First one is in the digestive system. So we know that hydrochloric acid is produced in the stomach, which helps in the digestion of food. But if too much acid is produced, the pH falls and this causes pain and irritation. To get rid of this pain, people uses bases called antacids. So we have came across this problem many times in our daily life. So what antacid will do? It will actually neutralize the excess acid which is present in your stomach. So for this we can actually take magnesium hydroxide. It is a mild base, so we can take it, and with that the irritation or the pain in our stomach will stop because the acid will be neutralized. The second one is in preventing tooth decay. So tooth decay starts when the pH of the mouth is lower than 5.5. That means slightly acidic. As tooth enamel is made up of calcium phosphate and it gets corroded. Using toothpaste, which is generally basic for cleaning the teeth, can neutralize the excess acid and prevent tooth decay. The next one is the stings of bees and wasps. Wasp stings are alkaline and bee stings are acidic. So to neutralize wasp sting, an acid is used such as a weak acid vinegar. We can also use lemon because lemon is having citric acid, which is a weak acid. To neutralize bee stings, as it is acidic in nature, an alkali is used, a base is used such as baking soda. Now students, there are some questions flashing in front of you. You can solve these questions with the help of today's topic.